Hi, it's Love, and I had a special request for a video about CPS and how I survived it and how I got my daughter back. I'm not super excited to talk about this, so you will forgive me if this video is not eloquent because this is one of my trigger points. The long, short version of my story is I was in a severe DV relationship. I was triggering out. It had created intense PTSD in me, and some things happened, and I took my daughter to the hospital because I thought she had ingested a narcotic at the bus stop. I did the right thing. I called 911, and I had a panic attack at the hospital because my daughter wouldn't wake up, and it threw me into a flashback, and they ended up taking my daughter away from me at the hospital. And then they went and asked her father, who was my abuser, things about me, and he took that opportunity to further abuse me. And my case only got fixed. I only got my daughter back because the state gave my child to him, even though he has a long history of DV, like criminal history, and had just walked out of prison for DV. But somehow they believed that I was the aggressor and that he was the victim, and they gave my child to him. And she was assaulted. And that was the only reason I got her back. Since then, that was a year and a half ago. Since then, she's doing well, by the way. I have made it my business to learn as much as I can about them. I found too many DV victims that have the same story that I do, that their abusers used it to further abuse them, because how dare we leave them. And it's a cycle, and somebody that one of my mentees knows is actively dealing with this right now, and it is unacceptable. So things you need to know about CPS is they function completely on hearsay law. Hearsay law is supposed to be based upon a thing called the special indica of reliability. It is a certain way that hearsay statements from children are allowed to be used in the court, and more often than not, these things, this special indica is not followed. There is a procedural set of guidelines that they have to follow, and they don't. They use their own more reliable than not system. And so one of the things you need to do if you're in this position is you need to go and get your state's special indica of reliability. Okay? Every state has a little bit of a different version. You need to go get your hands on this because your lawyer is burnt out. Okay? My lawyer ended up quitting before my case was over because he felt like his job was to destroy women. Like, literally. I had long conversations with him about this. My caseworker one time curled up in a ball in front of me and was crying because she just had to take another DV victim's children away. And so go get your state's special indica of reliability. You read that thing, and then you find, because they have to give you the hearsay statements, okay? And so you get that hearsay statement, and you make sure that that hearsay statement is following that special indica of reliability, because if I had known this, I would have been able to rip my case apart. Because my 3-year-old, she was 3 at the time, she tried to tell them what she had seen her dad do to me and her sister, but she's 3. And she was a truth incompetent child because of her age and the amount of trauma she had actually been through. So, truth and competence in children and the special indica of reliability go hand in hand. And you need to arm yourself and bring this to your lawyer, because your lawyer is not going to do it because he has 100 cases and he can't do the time. You have to do it. You have to, you know how when you were a brand new mom and your entire life was about that brand new baby and feeding that baby, and every single moment of every day was about that? That's what you have to do inside of your CPS case. Everything, and it has, everything has to focus in on that kid. And they're gonna say mean things to you, and they're gonna lie, and you have to hold your truth inside of yourself and know who you are as a person and know that they're lying. They flipped life on me. They said the truth was a lie and the lies were truth. And I lived that for a year and a half, and it was terrible. No, it's worse than terrible. Life-shattering. My child, the after effects of what I'm dealing with my daughter are profound. Her mental state. And and don't expect any help after they give you your child back. They will give it back to you and then just leave you. And it will be up to you to heal your kid and help your kid heal and find the resources. And yeah, I'm painting a grave picture. This is reality. That special indica of reliability is going to save you. Because you have to make sure that the court is following it correctly, because the judge that's presiding over your case is going to go with what the CPS workers are saying, because the CPS workers are supposed to know that special indica of reliability. But guess what? They have like 2 years of training and 100 cases themselves, and they're overstimulated. And, the worst thing you can do is flood out on these people, and the worst thing you can do is show any emotion. I had to have three mental health evaluations because I'm sitting in a room and I'm listening to them give my abuser unsupervised visits to my child. And I had a panic attack because of that. And then they made me go do another mental health evaluation because they said that I was unstable. You are in a battle unlike anything you've ever experienced. And the outcome of the battle is the most important thing, because it's the life of your child. And if you fail, which most people fail, only 39% of people who go into CPS get their kid back. 39% of parents. That's not good odds. So when I say everything has to be about your child, every move you make has to be toward that. Every moment of your day needs to be studying and, doing, so when you go to court, you make sure they're following the laws, because they're not going to if you don't make them, because they're going to do whatever they want, because they can. And I see this from two lenses. I was a child in foster care being coached by the CPS worker. And then now I've been the mom who had my child taken away. And you can do it. You can do it. There's no reason you can't get your kids back. But you have to work your ass off. And it's going to be the hardest thing you ever did in your life. But you're going to do it. Because what's your alternative? Your alternative is having your parental rights removed. That's it. You either work your ass off, learn that special indica of reliability, don't attack them, but educate and get your kid back, or you lose your parental rights. There's no middle ground there. And I feel your pain, and I know how bad you hurt. But I'm sitting here saying you can do it. and it doesn't matter what they say. Just keep going. Don't give up. Sit in the truth. You know what the truth is. Everything's going to be okay as long as you do that.